How's it going? Wanted to talk about this video. This is from the Poor Man's Podcast Reacts. Like this guy, he just finds these videos. I think he's getting these from TikTok. I don't have TikTok. I don't give a damn about TikTok. But he comes across this video, and the title of the video is "Woke Teacher Gets Called Out by a Student with Facts." So let's go ahead and listen. I'm not going to comment too much about what he has to say. I just wanted to be able to play this TikTok.
101,000 women doing the health technologies. These are all lower paying fields.
What you're saying is that women don't have the aspiration to...
I'm saying that women choose to go into the field they're interested in, and these are the fields that they're interested in.
Exactly.
So the teacher is trying to say that women aren't in these minority jobs because they're being held back. And the kid is saying, the student, he's saying that that's not what anything shows. It shows that women do these other kinds of jobs.
Like money. Or I go to lower paying fields. Not always, but on average.
And that's so stupid. You hear this so often, and that is, well, not always. And it's like, no, that's not what anybody ever says. Whenever they talk about it in general, they're talking about this is the majority. So whenever they're saying that women aren't CEOs and they're not having these positions of power, it's in general. It's like, of course, there's some women CEOs. Not all women are just working as nurses. There are some women who are CEOs of companies or whatever. So that's a red flag. If they start talking about, well, it's all either one or the other and there's no exceptions, it's like, that wasn't a point. This teacher saying not all women, it's like, that wasn't a point. It was just nothing. But the kid here is doing the same problem that so many people are doing with arguments with these leftists. They don't care. He's just up there just talking about, I don't even know what class this is. Well, what class do you have that you talk about men and women's rights in the marketplace? I didn't have such a class whenever I was a kid, so I don't know what this is.
What's up, YouTube? What up?
And then he's just yelling.
I mean, honestly, as I said, I can look at it right now. It's more of a common sense phenomenon. To validate my opinion.
To validate his opinion, he's talking about how statistics can be manipulated, and it's, yes, they can be, but it's not the statistics lie. It's that you took the wrong data set. You're looking, is some kind of a straw man that they've pulled on you. But it's not the statistics that lie. It's the information or something else. What they should be talking about is, okay, well then where are all these women who are getting screwed out of these jobs that they're qualified for? I want names. Whenever this was going on with segregation, you didn't have to guess about where this was coming from. It was right there in your face. It's like whites only or blacks only. It was there. You could point to it. You could say, it's right there. Point to it with men and women. If all of these women are being discriminated against because of their sex, because they've got the qualifications, they're just as qualified as the man, more qualified than the man, and they're getting turned away from these jobs, where are they? I do not want to hear from some white male. I don't want to hear from anyone except for these women, because I want to be able to criticize them I want to be able to see who they are. I want to be able to check their credentials. I want to see that it's true. Because any woman can go and apply for a job at a CEO position at any business. That doesn't mean that she's qualified. So I want to know who she is. It's just like whenever they say, oh, there's all these rapes that are going on. It's like, okay, well, then where are they? It's because it's not rape. It's not rape to touch somebody. You can touch people. You can come up and you can tap them on the shoulder, for example. That's not rape. And just because some girl may want to have a job working at some big company making a whole lot of money, that doesn't mean that she's qualified. Doesn't mean that she did anything to deserve that. And so that's what they should be doing here. It's like, okay, you're making this claim. Where's your proof? When you go to court, you have the plaintiff and the defendant. And it's the plaintiff that's making accusations, and they have to bring proof and evidence. Same thing. This teacher is making these claims. Where's your proof? Don't tell me that this is the way that it is because this is what you think or this is what you heard. Where is it? If this is such a rampant problem, show me.
It's the same thing that is done on an everyday basis, but you can manipulate the system.
Okay, then what is this common sense that women are able to do?
All right, how many women do you see in top positions across the country, in leadership positions or board positions or president positions, as opposed to male positions? Because
Well, how many men are in those positions? It's not like there's millions of positions of CEOs who are running these corporations. What are you talking about? There's like this many. There's just a handful of them. That's not where the majority of men work at all. So I guess the other thing to say is, what are you talking about? That's not where men work. You know where most men work? A lot of men work? As truck drivers. So here it is. This is from www.census.gov. More than 3.5 million work as truck drivers, an occupation dominated by men who hold more than 90% of truck driving jobs. Women can go drive trucks. You don't have to be strong to go do it. You just sit there and you just drive. There are no cops, no government officials, nobody saying you can't drive. Well, which company is going to turn away women for doing this? It's like, do you have your CDL license? Oh, you do? Okay, well, let's see it. Drive the truck around. Make sure you're not crashing it and stuff. You know how to back up, do tight turns. Oh, you can? Okay, well, and then especially right now, whenever we have a shortage of truck drivers, what company's going to say, you know what, we're not going to take these women, even though we have all of these jobs that we need to get done, we're getting held up. So we take a look right here. SmartTrucking.com, the truck driver shortage of 2021. North American trucking industry faces today. Truck driver shortage appears to be a shortage of qualified professional truck drivers because drivers are leaving the industry. News about truck driver shortages 2 hours ago. Great American trucker shortage isn't real. In 2021, and it's like, no, it's short. Wanted 80,000 truck drivers to help fix the supply chain. This is what's been going on forever. And it's because they're getting screwed over. Part of it is Canada's truck driving convoy that's going on. It's called the Freedom Convoy. They're going because of Justin Trudeau and the government. They're saying you can't work if you don't have your vaccine passport all up to date. It's like, what do they need that for? They're alone in a truck. They drive all the time. But what's going on? Well, why do they need this? And this is something that's been going on for a while now. It didn't happen exactly whenever COVID hit, but whenever they started in with all these mandates, making it harder and harder, it's like, yeah, people have left. And it's because truck drivers get paid pretty damn well. And they just said, you know what? I have plenty of money and I can go and do something else. I drove truck, took care of things, and I planned on doing this because I know truck drivers personally in my life, and this is the plan that so many of them have, is that driving trucks really sucks. And it's because you have no social life, you don't get to see friends and family. If you want to have children and to watch them grow up and not miss out, you can't do that as driving a truck. But it pays really well. And so I know people, especially guys, where it's like, yeah, I'm going to go drive. Yeah, I'm going to go do this for a few years and make bank for a while. And yeah, and then I'm going to be back home with the family. There's no one preventing women from doing this. So whenever you have this argument, push them. Say, okay, where's your evidence? And why are you talking about a job that doesn't have anything to do with men? It's not where the men are.
I said there are not as many females in either leadership, board, and your argument for that was that a woman gets pregnant.
He's right. I don't see very many females. That run society, you need more representation in the people that uphold that society.
And that's stupid. It's like, what does representation have to do with anything? It's like, is it right or wrong? I see this simping all the time, that I'm going to do this or not do that because of arbitrary characteristics that nobody has any control over, such as their skin, their gender, whatever. It's like, no one has any control over that. I don't have to be black, white, young, old, male, or female to know that everybody needs to have equal opportunity. Because it's equal opportunity that's the right thing. It's not, we're going to suppress straight white males and promote black transgendered men who think they're women. That's not it. You do what's right.
Society.
My argument was that women don't go into that field as often as men. And besides that,
Why don't they go into that field of often as men? Because
They
the
don't
argument
want to.
that more women graduate from college, which means that they do have the same vision, if not more.
No, he just said that more women graduate college. It's like, that doesn't matter. That means absolutely nothing. Because if they're just going in there for liberal arts degrees, which they just flood the colleges doing that kind of worthless nonsense where there's no jobs for, that doesn't mean anything. You can say, well, you can go to college and you can get a degree in basket weaving. You can go to college, well, let's be more realistic, I guess. You can get some kind of athletic degree. It's like, you're not going to get hired as a CEO of a company if your degree was in some kind of athleticism or nutrition or whatever. That doesn't mean anything.
Than what men had originally, because you're the one who made an argument that you have more women graduating already with associate's degree, almost a 2-to-1 fact of what men do. So what you're saying is that you have more women entering the workforce that are trying to get a degree to further their education. Which
What are they going to school for? That matters if you're not in school.
Oh, he said the same thing I said. I watched this video, but it was last week. I don't remember what he said.
Technology.
Can be represented in the top position.
this year, for computer science. I am.
Sure, women are graduating with degrees.
I guess he's going to say the same thing there. We'll listen to one more segment of the teacher here, and then we'll call it good. We're getting about 15 minutes in this.
Associate degrees given to males, as opposed to 8,814 given to women.
Wow.
So that's a higher than all the others.
So, again,
All the other things.
And I wish this was a thing. I wish that kids did this more often. I wish that kids would take their phones out and film these just stupid teachers who are just saying this ridiculous stuff. I wish I knew what class this was.
Social science, social science, there's 8,000 women. There's 101,000 women going to health technologies. These are all lower paying people.
So what you're saying is that women don't have the aspirations to.
I'm saying that women choose to go into the field they're interested in, and these are the fields that they're interested in.
Exactly.
Making less money.
This kid came with something because he keeps looking at his paper that he's got there. He keeps looking down. So he came here knowing that this was going to happen for some reason. It is illegal, at least in the U.S. I don't know about other countries around in the world, but it is illegal to pay women less. And that if that's going on, then there need to be charges filed for this discrimination. No, the burden of proof are these people who make these outrageous claims. Women aren't getting paid as much, they're being held back, they can't get into these positions of power. Where's your evidence? Say, okay, that's great. Who are these people so we can help them? Where are these women? I'm all for it. It's BS. I can give a great example. It's been a while since I've told this, but whenever my mom was dying of cancer, I didn't give two damns who had the cure for cancer. Straight, gay, black, white, man, woman, did not care. I just wanted the cure. I wanted the best people working on the job, figuring out the cure for cancer. I didn't want it to be dominated by men or by women because of equal representation. I want the best representation. Whoever the best is, that's who I want, because I want the damn cure found. This teacher is a sexist. He's a sexist because he's talking about it. He's not talking about what's right or what's fair, because the conversation is centered around things you have no control over whatsoever. It's not a discussion about what degrees are these women going for? How much work are they applying to their careers? They're not talking about, he's not talking about one damn thing that can actually be changed. He's not even saying, well, here's where it's going on, and here's how we can fix it. There's nothing. Stop having arguments with these people like you can talk to them like they're reasonable. They're not. So make them eat their words and say, okay, prove it. Good place to stop. Thanks for watching. Catch you later. Bye.